What's crackin', and welcome back to Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm cozyceto, and I'm so happy you're here. Since it'll only be Tuesday when this is posted, we won't have Snap Wars results quite yet, so make sure to keep an eye out tomorrow for the winner to be revealed. I still wanted to share my voting of this week before all the update excitement settles in, and make sure to give a moment in the spotlight to these stunning snaps that I found throughout this week's voting. If you enjoy these voting discussions, where we analyze dream snaps from the trends to our weekly snap superlatives, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I can't wait to show these lovely finds of the week, so let's get right on into it and do something about that rain. Rain, go away, because this week our voting was on the Dark Cottagecore Dreams challenge. From midnight to twilight and everywhere in between, this was definitely the challenge to embrace our dark sides in a fun and witchy way. I think that the snaps that'll do best this week channeled colors like purples and greens, and they showcased lots of dark and ominous vibes. Of course, our tags of the week were strong, wondrous, back, and bold, leaving our 4 tag options limited to a select few items and players in a bit of a predicament when it came to variety in styles. For players who kept to our trends, clothing items from our new Web Witch ensemble were rather popular picks. These spooky yet stylish pieces helped to create magical and dark looks that really fit the theme well. And while a few folks went against the suggested 4 tag pieces in order to feature the raven wings that we saw in last week's shop, these standout choices ended up being the shadow wings from reaching level 10 with the Forgotten's friendship rewards, as well as the jagged mantle cloak from the Sleeping Beauty collection this past July. And speaking of that cloak, of course, the stunning gown from the same bundle was another key wardrobe pick that really helped bring some villainous flair to folks' witchy village scenes. These scenes were brought to life by our popular decor of the week, with some of my favorite houses in the entire game getting lots of time to shine. I loved seeing the ways that people worked that cozy witchy cottage into their spaces, and the dark thorn cottage added the right amount of creepy into various cottagecore scenes. Around these houses, the purple glowing toadstools were a very popular foliage addition, helping bring a magical and mystical glow that was sure to enchant and inspire. I loved seeing how these glowing notes were situated with the newly redesigned cauldron's green bubbling effect, and even uniquely paired with additions like the memory orb decor from Inside Out. The main thing here was that glow element, tying all of these stunning decor pieces together. The glow was magnificent in most of this week's submissions, but where there's light, there must also be darkness. In our voting this week, there were a few villains that became some of our most popular characters included. Maleficent added fun glows to complement these scenes with her staff and of course her dragon fire, and characters like Ursula dressed as Vanessa, and even the one and only Mother Gothel found spotlights in various scenes as well. Even taking a less villainous approach, some folks offered some Halloween flair, with Jack and Sally elevating the spookiness of so many shots and creating epic moments across scenes with their exciting animations. Meanwhile, the owls were truly taking over in popularity this week, with those witchy owls really stealing the show. Included in nearly all my favorite snaps, sometimes alongside mysterious and mystical ravens as well, the owls still ended up taking the cake for the most featured companions this time around the block. I have truly enjoyed getting to see these companions having so much feature time between the new pausing options in the camera mode and that little freeze glitch as well. These critters can help elevate scenes like no other, and this week was absolutely no exception. Now stepping back to look at how we took these photos, a few poses did stand out to me the most. Speaking of the owls and the ravens, we saw a ton of players posing with their birds perched upon their arms. This helped keep them centered and stunning from each and every angle. We also had folks utilizing those mystical back pieces to take some flight of their own. No matter which ones were chosen, these looked incredibly magical as they lifted avatars ever so slightly off the ground. I loved the dreaminess that this brought to the submissions, especially considering the title of the challenge literally had the word dreams in it. Even with all of these amazing trends, lighting seemed to be many players' strongest piece or greatest downfall. In this gorgeous snap, starting off our underdogs of the week, I'm definitely getting a lot of cottagecore influence, but I'm also getting a bit too much brightness and daytime influence considering the words night and twilight were directly in the description. I still loved this very colorful take, but I am worried that when it's paired with more dark and moody shots, it may lose the battle. Nonetheless, this purpley mushroom haven is a lovely display of cottagecore and mystical influences, but it's missing that darkness to it, and I'm honestly not too sure what the flying carpet has to do with any of this. But it is a very pretty scene nonetheless, and I'm hoping for the best for our first underdog of the day. Our next underdog leaves us just wanting more. This challenge was ultimately around our outfits, but we do always say that this is a whole picture challenge. I feel that this outfit in itself is stunning, but the midground, background, they feel just a bit empty here, and seeing the edge of the floating island is throwing me off quite a bit. The lovely use of Maleficent, though, and the pretty framing used here helped to elevate the shot and ultimately earn my vote, but compared to something that's a bit fuller with better detail, I'm worried that this one won't quite hold up and earn the votes that it needs to secure its place as a 4K scene. Third in this week's pack is here because of the outfit. While it's a cute combination and showcase of the celestial items, it's also fairly one-dimensional, and it doesn't feel as interesting and competitive as some of the other options. Nonetheless, this scene is screaming cottagecore in a dark and moody way, so I am still hoping for the best here. All things considered, these items did offer pretty nice tags, and the outfit does very nicely match the witchy owl companion. There's lots of things to love here, but I worry that this outfit may be too different from the rest, and that is a bit of a risky choice. Our underdogs are stunning, but some photos stood out like no other and earned their spots on our Snap Superlative list this week. I'm thrilled to welcome this week's winners to the stage, started off as always by our winner of Best Decor. Set design is so incredibly important, whether or not the challenge is centered around outfits or decor, so having a beautiful scene can help secure top ranks and a safe 4,000 moonstone placement. In this submission, the wide shot helped to capture an expansive and exciting scene. Channeling all those witchy and wonderful vibes, this snap offers a nice variety of spooky and spectacular decor that added to the witchy cottagecore vibes. I love the candlelit walkway framing up the avatar and the mix of glows with the ominous purples and greens as well. This was a standout shot that had me appreciating every little detail, so it was an easy winner for this category. Supreme style this week was a bit harder to narrow down, only because so many folks took this challenge in wildly different directions. We were incredibly limited on those back pieces, but beyond that, players took this week as an opportunity to show their creativity in other ways. I ended up deciding on this snap as our winner because of its gorgeous uniqueness and great work of those neutral tones, making them still pop and really shine. This makeup matches the Raven choice perfectly, and the glasses even offer a similar shine to match the Raven's beak. This outfit has a fun and cohesive feel that was unlike anything else that I saw, making it really stand out and show itself as the true winner. The witchy vibes were definitely captured, and the scene behind gives lots of dark cottagecore energy as well, so no matter which award this snap ended up getting, I have had no doubts that it'll bring home 4K to its creator as well. Next on our winners list, we have this stunning creation with our loveliest lighting of the week. I love the stunning glows and the purple haze that it offers, and the owl here is such a cutie. The avatar has a lovely backlight as well to really help the outfit shine. This is such a simple yet stunning shot, and I think it'll do well with quick voters and detail divers all the same. This gorgeous and clean shot leaves little to question or desire, and I love how the lighting brings dark and ominous without making the scene dim or overshadowed. The one taking the gold for most likely to make you wonder is this dynamic and intense shot that seems to feature a witch commanding forth her familiar as she begins to execute some kind of evil plan. I love the scene and outfit here, but the storytelling elements are what kept me searching for details to continue to build the narrative around this single moment in time. The owl is swooping downwards, and everything about the character from her pose to her expression is giving wicked and angry. This witch even came with her stash of potions, so she is ready to take on whatever unfortunate soul has angered her today. I love this scene and everything about this shot, so I hope to see it amongst the top snaps of this week. Rounding out our winner's circle this week, we have an all-around amazing shot that truly showcased every little piece of this challenge in big and beautiful ways. I love the colors, love the artistry, and of course I love the tiny little details within this masterpiece of a dream snap. And you know what? I think that this one could be a true contender for top 10 this week. Starting off with the outfit, I am loving the warm fall textures and the color palette chosen. There was definitely a delicate balance between cozy and creepy to achieve here, and this one hit the perfect bullseye. I love the demon notes and the use of the little snippets to help sell the scene even more. Then, of course, using Anna and Elsa's mother's dress was just so unique and creative, giving it that cottagecore feel as well. The magical plants and nightthorn-laden watering can add those extra notes that really sell that cottagecore piece, and of course going for this stunning twilight time of day was a great way to go about this challenge. This is hands down my favorite snap found during my voting adventures, and it was a standout choice for Snap of the Week. This spooky and spectacular lineup has left me excited for October and our new witchy star path, but there are so many other standout snaps that left me impressed and should not be ignored. This week's montage is full of mystical, magical marvels, and we are here to appreciate and adore them all. If you see your snap or one you recognize, please let us know. There are some insane shots and mysterious masterpieces out there, so let's take a look at some of my favorites found throughout my voting sessions. marvels were scary and stunning and full of wonder this week. I really feel like everyone has started to embrace the spooky time of year and channel their inner witch to the max. This is, of course, the perfect time for all of that, considering our update launching tomorrow on October 1st is bringing us the witchful thinking star path, and of course, lots of other sinister shenanigans to uncover. I'll be back with the leaks for Update 19, of course, so I hope to see you around the corner for all that excitement. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, toodles!